Mitanette Cooper grew up in a close-knit family on Chicago Avenue in Kankakee, Illinois. As a young girl of Haitian descent, she balanced bright creativity, improvising songs in Haitian Creole and English, with a quiet resilience. Neighbors remembered her from childhood as a spirited girl with big dreams. She once delivered postcards for a local flying club and would talk about becoming a pilot one day. In her 30s, she had a few struggles, including a minor arrest that hinted at complexity beneath her calm demeanor. But to those who loved her, Mita was more than her past, she was family. By the time she turned 47, Mita had become a warm and grounding presence in her neighborhood. Her hair, often styled with red highlights, matched her bold and honest energy. Though she lived modestly, she always found ways to give, helping organize community cleanups, donating gently used clothes, and showing up for those in need. Her tattooed arms bore palm trees and compass symbols, a nod to both her Haitian roots and her craving for movement and meaning. Mita kept a scrapbook full of family snapshots, old ticket stubs, quotes she found online, and prayers. In late May, Mita made plans to visit Mississippi. She said it was to see relatives, maybe take a break and reset. She was expected in Oktibbeha County, and her family there were happy to welcome her. When she arrived, she visited with a cousin, shared stories over home-cooked meals, and walked around Starkville Square. She posted a selfie from a local cafe, smiling, sunlight catching the red in her hair. The trip seemed to be going well. The last time her family heard from her was on June 11th. She made a brief phone call and said, "Mississippi is peaceful." That would be the last time anyone would hear her voice. After that, there were no texts, no calls, no online activity. Her family initially assumed she was out enjoying the quiet or reconnecting with people. But after 24 hours of silence, worry crept in. After several days, that worry turned into dread. It was discovered that she had mentioned meeting someone, a man, though few details were shared. At first, reports suggested she had been seen with him. But later, the man denied ever being with her, which only deepened the mystery. Her hotel room was vacated, belongings left behind. The rental car she had used was still sitting at the agency, untouched. Her phone was turned off or out of service. There were no signs of her, no security footage of her leaving, no activity on her bank cards. The Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Department was alerted. A missing persons case was opened. Flyers went up across Mississippi and parts of Illinois. Media outlets began covering her story. Her photo, red-highlighted hair, warm eyes, was broadcast on news segments. Law enforcement urged the public to share any information, no matter how small. They released her physical description: 5 feet 9 inches, about 200 pounds, and often wore bold colors and hoop earrings. A local tip line was activated, and the P3 Tips app allowed anonymous submissions. Online forums began discussing her case. People wondered about the mystery man, if he existed, who he was, and what he knew. Was he someone she trusted? Or was she misled into danger? Some speculated she may have gone off-grid voluntarily, though those who knew her said that was unlikely. Mita was known to check in, to stay in touch, and she would never let her mother go days without hearing from her. In Illinois, her family began searching on their own, reaching out to local groups, calling every person she had mentioned in the past few months, and reviewing old messages for clues. Her mother sat by the mailbox each morning, hoping for news. Her cousins retraced every step she might have taken online, matching her last cafe photos to landmarks, asking for help in Starkville Facebook groups. In Mississippi, residents joined the search. Some combed wooded areas. Others posted her photo in gas stations, shops, and diners. A small candlelight vigil was held near the last place she was known to have visited. Volunteers left candles and flowers. A child placed a hand-drawn picture of a woman with red hair at the makeshift memorial. As the investigation continued, questions piled up. How could someone vanish so suddenly, without a trace? If she left with someone, where were the witnesses? If something happened to her, how had no one seen it? Her family feared the worst, but hoped for a miracle. In interviews, her relatives said, "She's not the kind to disappear. She loved her people too much." Authorities searched for phone pings, reviewed surveillance videos, and contacted known acquaintances. No confirmed sightings have been reported since the evening of June 11. The man who was initially believed to have seen her remained unnamed, and his role, if any, was still unclear. Police were cautious, sharing little, hoping not to compromise the investigation. They urged the public to continue watching, reporting, and sharing. Back in Kankakee, her old neighbors left her photo on their porch lights. Friends posted missing flyers in grocery stores, on their cars, and all over social media. They started using hashtags, #FindMita and #BringHerHome. A few strangers, moved by her story, joined the cause. She was no longer just a face on the news, she had become a symbol of how easily women, especially black women, can go missing without wide attention. Her scrapbook remained in her mother's home, on the edge of the coffee table. Pages unfinished. A poem half-written in the margin. A grocery receipt tucked in from her last visit home. Each day that passed without news left a deeper ache in the hearts of those who knew and loved her. The community prays she is found. For now, her story remains open, her voice silenced but not forgotten. And until she is brought home, by answer or miracle, her name will be spoken and her face remembered. Mitanette Cooper is still missing. Anyone with information is urged to call the Oktibbeha County Sheriff's Office at 6623232421 or submit a tip through the P3 Tips app. Every detail counts.